Hello, and welcome back to How to Art. So we've had a few more requests, and you might recognise this fella here. This is Patrick Starr. So we're going to learn how to draw him today. So grab yourself some pencils, grab yourself some paper, and let's begin. Okay, so to start off with, this one is actually a little bit trickier. He's actually harder than you think he would be. But that's okay. So what you want to do is you want to start off drawing nice and lightly. Now I'm just going to do about basically a light grey, sort of symbolise that I'm drawing lightly, because obviously I'm digital, just so you can see it easier. But for you, you just want to draw lightly. Okay, so to start off with, what you're going to do is you're just going to draw a nice round circle. Alright, now this is going to represent his body. Okay, now he's actually quite a fundamental character, and it's quite tricky, harder than he looks, and that's okay though. Now what we want to do is we want to do a contour line across, going with the circle to represent sort of his waist and his front. So to do that, go to about halfway, a bit lower, and you just want to sort of roll it around like so. Alright, so you're sort of going around. You'll see a lot of artists do this in the real world as well. They'll sort of draw these things called sort of structure lines. Okay, now you want to do sort of his front. Now to do that, you want to sort of not straight in the middle, because we're not drawing them straight on, we're drawing them sort of from a side view. You want to go to about a third of the way in, and you just want to sort of roll it round so it sort of looks like that. So you should get across, if you imagine that there's eyes there, it's sort of that sort of the little cross section is where he's looking, and that's sort of the direction you want to do. Okay, so we've got that. That's great. Now we want to start building things on. So first of all, we want to draw like a tube sort of shape, sort of going with this, and as we go up, it sort of comes around, and then it comes down. So you want to draw sort of quite a big sort of tube-like shape, like so. Okay. You want to do the same over here now as well. So to do that, you want to sort of draw, sort of going like that. So remember, at the top is thicker than it is at the bottom, okay? It doesn't matter if it's perfect. As I say, these are just structure lines. You can always change them afterwards. This is just here, just so we have something to sort of focus things on. His arm's actually going to come around about here. So for that as well, as you see, there we are. No shame in having to draw over. So this can be messy, that's absolutely fine. Alright, now his eyes are around about halfway on this, and you want to draw one big oval, like so. Right, because that's his eye. And then you want to draw another one, and it's okay if it overlaps. So these are just structure lines. And then for his mouth, about here, like so, you want to draw basically almost like a shark's fin. That's just so you know where his face is. And then his legs down here, you want to draw a couple of rectangles down here, like that. And you draw another one there, like so. This will obviously be his trousers, and then you can just sort of draw that shape we know and love back. There we go. Okay, so already, just with the basic shapes, we're starting to get what looks like a Patrick Starr, which is great. So we're starting off with that. And obviously I'm not too happy with that, so we can always make that bigger. If you've got a rubber, feel free to rub it out if you're not happy with the structure lines. But remember, you're following this one, not this one. Okay, so yeah, that's the beauty of the structure lines, is it can be messy because we can always go over it. All right, once you're happy with that, you then want to get a darker pencil. All right, so you want to draw a bit harder now, is what I mean. I've obviously got black as opposed to a light grey, so now we can sort of see it. So to start off with, now what we want to do is we want to start off with his head. Now his head actually has a little dent in it. So what you want to do is, same as before, drawing your head, but when it comes to around about there, you want it to sort of come in a little bit, because don't forget he's a starfish, and that's sort of what it happens. Okay, now from there you got that sort of part. We can, if we wanted to, go round for his body. Yeah, let's do that. So you want to go for his body now. Just going to wrap that in there. Now his body isn't round. Actually, if you look, it sort of goes in a little bit because he's sort of got quite a bit of a barreled sort of gut. So you want to draw an ever so slight sort of shape like that. As I say, if you're not happy with where things are, feel free to sort of rub them out. That is absolutely fine, and you can sort of give it another go. Okay, so there we are. Sort of comes around, gut, and then we can sort of draw this bit down like that. That's fine. Don't go all the way though, and there's a reason why we're not going all the way, and I'll explain that in a bit. Okay, so from this side, what you can do is you can draw his arm, and that is, I was quite happy with the shape of this, so I might keep that. You can sort of, there we go. And then you've got his waistline. So his waistline is just going to come round like so, up to about there. And then you want to draw another one underneath, because he's got a little bit of a muffin top. There we go. Alright, and then obviously you've got the trousers as well. But let's do this arm first. Now this arm is going to come in a little bit more. Notice I'm not following the guidelines exactly. And that's because they don't have to be followed perfectly. You can change them up a little bit. I'm just going to change this a little bit more as well. As I say, if in doubt, follow this one, not this one, because easy to make mistakes. No one's perfect. Okay, yeah, that would do. That would do. All right. So now we've got this bit, we can now work on his trouser. Coming down for his little lip there. I think one of the reasons why he's quite difficult is because he's got sort of almost very sort of perfect shapes involved, which mean that if you mess up these shapes, it can really distort the whole thing. Because my Patrick from the original video that I drew, he didn't look great. Bearing in mind I didn't spend as long as I did with the others, but it's quite ironic that the simpler the cartoon, sometimes the harder it is to draw. Okay. So we're starting to get like his little figure there. Oh, yeah, obviously you can draw sort of like his patterns on there as well. That's okay too. All right, now we've got that. We want to start drawing his eyes. Now his eyes are going to come round. Now because we're looking at it from this angle, from this sort of angle, we're not going to be able to see as much on his left side, or sorry, his right side than we are his left. So his left eye is actually going to come round and over. So although it's not overlapping, if you look, his eyes are probably more like this, but because we're looking at this angle, we can't see this bit in the middle. So that's why we got there. And then we can just sort of fill that in. He's got eyebrows. His eyebrows are easy. They're just three very closely put lines. And his mouth, we can follow that round as well. And we'll follow that around like that. There we go. And then we're just going to draw a little crescent in there. There we are. Maybe a little bit there, just a bit of thing. And his tongue is just going to be 3 C's. Sorry, 2 C's. There you go. And just a few finishing touches in there. Could have maybe his sort of liver spots on there as well. All right. Now, when you're done and you're happy with that, rub out the background layer, your structure lines, and you'll see you've drawn yourself Patrick Starr. Congratulations, well done. Obviously, I'm not 100% happy with this. If I could go back, I'd probably just make this a bit sort of more round, just to sort of... There we are, because his eyes do protrude a little bit, so that's okay. We sort of go around like that. There we are, that's fine. I might make his mouth a bit bigger too. There we go. Yeah, because he has got a big mouth. He eats all them puddings all the time, doesn't he? There you go. That's much better. I'm much happier with that. Okay, so what I want you to do now is I want you to draw Patrick Starr. Colour him in if you can, but don't worry if you can't. Then I want you to post it into the comments of this video, okay? So copy your video picture into the comments below, because I want to see what you've done, all right? Put a background in if you're feeling ambitious, but I'd love to see what you drew. So thank you very much for watching another episode of How to Art. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and share.